Hello, world. Hello, sports fans. Matt Frank here from the Sports Show, giving you guys episode 6. And I'm coming to you live, folks, from Yakima, Washington. And yes, welcome everybody to the show. And you can communicate with me, contact me, let me know how your heart feels today by simply going online, folks, on Twitter. Sports Show Matt. That's Sports Show Matt on Twitter. The Sports Show with Matt Frank on YouTube and on Facebook under the awesome name my parents gave me, Matt Frank. And New England Patriots fans, Tom Brady fans, are you celebrating today? Is this your theme song? Are you celebrating the brand new news that Tom Brady is free? Now, you got two sides of this thing. You got two sides of this story, folks. You either got Patriots fans and Tom Brady fans who are loyal supporters of Tom Brady, who are just going to just stand by their man and go with the flow and praise his innocence. Or you're like everybody else who is absolutely mind-blown shocked that Tom Brady goes to federal court to get rid of his 4-game suspension that the doggone NFL put on him. Now, the NFL put this 4-game suspension on Tom Brady for cheating and in the form of deflating footballs, which is so silly in a certain way. And that's what we're talking about and have been talking about in the sports world since the Super Bowl in February, beginning of this year. Now, if you've been living under a rock or covering your ears for the past several months, you have never heard of the term Deflategate, I don't know what to tell you. But for the sports fans, been waiting, the drama, the soap opera type drama that comes with this situation has been dragged on for too long. And finally, today, this morning, a federal judge ruled in favor of Tom Brady. Now, the league already has a guy in charge. His name is Roger Goodell. He's the commissioner of the league. Ted Wells performed an investigation on Tom Brady for Deflategate, and he's this investigator for this particular situation, and he deals with multiple players and multiple situations. So, between Goodell and Wells, they should have just handled it within the NFL. But no, Tom Brady lawyered up, and his lawyers outlawyered the NFL's lawyers. So basically, what should have happened is Tom Brady taking responsibility for deflating these footballs and going against the rules. Nope, he zipped. He was silent. He played dumb. He acted like he didn't do anything wrong, and he is completely innocent. Now, right before, a couple days before this whole thing went down this morning, there was a final offer for Tom Brady. Admit that you did something wrong. Admit that you had something to do with the deflated footballs, and we're going to give you 1-game suspension. Tom Brady said no. He and his lawyers fought to the bitter end, and I don't know if I would be applauding the way that people are. Basically, they're patting this guy on the back, and everyone in the Boston area, or Patriots fans, are singing praises for Tom Brady fighting that mean Roger Goodell and that mean old NFL that gives him millions of dollars and has made Brady a household name, and he won. And everyone seems to be excited about this. Now, there's been mixed opinions on sports writers and commentators and sports show folks. There's two different sides to this. And like I said before, either you're a fan of the Patriots and you're sticking by your team and your player, or you're just not. Now, don't be fooled by my Seahawks gear and my Seahawks flag, okay? Yeah, I'm a Seahawks fan. You guys should know this by now, and I'm representing my team because I love the Hawks. I'm from Washington State, and I love the Seattle Seahawks, so I'm going to represent my team, and I hope you represent your team any day, all the time. That's what it's all about. I'm not taking that away from nobody. But what I'm saying is I'm not just biased because my team lost to the Patriots, so I'm not just jumping on the hate Brady bandwagon like everyone is or most Hawks are. But this whole thing has got a bad taste in my mouth, not only as a dad, a coach, and a sports fan. I am just absolutely disgusted that a player can be accused. Now, the NFL, the NFL did not want to go to the most well-known and best player of the league and go, yeah, sorry, you won the MVP in the Super Bowl. We're just going to have to just kind of suspend you now. That's not how it works in sports. It's not how it works in the NFL. You know that Roger Goodell did not want to do this. He was basically forced to do it because he's buddies with Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots. So he had a tough job. Here a player is messing with the integrity of the game, and Roger Goodell, as the commissioner of the National Football League, he has to do something. He's the commissioner. He's the boss. He's the police. He is the guy, so he had to do this. Now, Brady lawyered up and won, as we all know, but it's not over. This is not over by a long shot. Roger Goodell has already said that he's going to appeal, and if I was Roger Goodell and I was the league, and I have been embarrassed this way by this player, by this team, and with the history of the team and everything that is involved with the Patriots, to embarrass Goodell and the league in this way, I hope Roger Goodell does this appeal process in the middle of the season, this season. At least the league and Roger Goodell could disrupt the Patriots. That's the only thing they got. I don't think if you go back into trial, which is so weird that literally a federal judge is involved with this. I never thought that a player could actually get a judge involved. Now, think of me or you at our jobs today, and your boss disciplines you with justification. Say you were late a whole bunch of times, or you were acting inappropriate in the workplace. You've been warned. You've been punished prior for your behavior, and here you are doing it again. And your boss comes to you and puts, let's say, a suspension or a leave of absence or without pay or something like that. And instead of arguing within between you and your boss, you go get a lawyer and take your boss to court. That's really what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with an employee who took his own boss to court and won. Now, I have a lot of problems with this in many ways because they already did the investigation, which they didn't want to do. They already gave the suspension, which they didn't want to do. They fined the Patriots $1 million, which they didn't want to do. Took away draft picks for the Patriots as a result of this, which they didn't want to do. Then the employee who caused all the mess takes him to court, wins, and now it's all good. Now he gets to play and there's no suspension. What? Seriously, what? I don't know if this is like a fun joke just to get PR news and just to get the NFL to be the top sports headlining stories when they're not even playing. That's really what we were going through. Tom Brady literally fueled the NFL storylines during all other sporting events. It's bizarre, but it's true. So sports fans, for this episode, I really want to hear your thoughts. How do you feel about Tom Brady? What are your thoughts on this? Is it fair? Patriots fans, I'm not going to hate on you. I really want to hear your thoughts. How do you feel about this guy, Tom Brady? It's Tom flipping Brady, going through the ringer, going through this big roller coaster ride. Do you have a bad taste in your mouth? Do you feel this is fair? Do you feel relieved? Do you feel like he has been treated unfairly? I want to know. I'm confused as a sports fan. I'm a huge sports fan, clearly. But with this story, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Even though I'm talking about it, I'm speechless. I woke up And I have sporting, like a whole bunch of apps on my phone. I love them, and they give me alerts. And early this morning, this decision comes out. And I woke up and I'm like, I could not believe it. I paced back and forth, going back and forth in my head, going, this is insane. I cannot believe this guy got off the hook. It is an interesting topic. It's not going to go away, and I personally think that this is going to have a huge effect on their team. Everyone thinks that this is going to be like, okay, cool, Tom Brady's back, we're good, woohoo. Wrong. He spent so much time and energy in court. He wasn't around his team. He was inconsistent in the preseason. His backup quarterback thought that he was going to be the quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo, and Garoppolo did way better than Brady in preseason. He really actually did. Brady was horrible during these preseason games. And wow, it's just interesting. I think this is going to create a slow start for the New England Patriots. Tom Brady has got to be in a consistency like everybody else. You have all this drama, all the emotion going along with this. You're not with your team. You're in court, battling and trying to fight for your integrity to be restored, which has been completely destroyed, Tom Brady. Now, sports show fans, what are the odds that Tom Brady is listening right now? Okay, the odds are low. I admit it. But hey, Tom Brady, there is one guy that is disappointed with you. And as a sports fan, and on a serious note, me, Matt Frank, from the sports show, am disappointed in you, Tom Brady. I'm serious. I'm disappointed in you, but you know what? Let's play football, okay? Let's just get it behind us, and we're going to watch it, and I hope. Now, I don't wish harm for you, Brady, but I hope you learn your lesson, and the only way for you to learn your lesson is have a losing season because of all the drama associated with this whole mess that you have created. You're going to get booed in every stadium that you go to, not including your own, and I can't wait to see what you do, actually, as a result of this. Now, everyone wins. Everyone makes money. The ratings are going up. Everyone's going to watch, and with the first game of the regular season, the kickoff of the regular season with the Pittsburgh Steelers going to New England. And usually when a team wins the Super Bowl, everyone is there, from the owners to the commissioner, and they congratulate the team, and everything is great. Roger Goodell is not going to be there, sources say. He may change his mind. He's not going to be there, and I like that because he would probably be booed. I think there's death threats that has been made on Roger Goodell, and it is absolutely disgusting that people are hating on the guy delivering down the rules for people who cheat, who have a history of cheating. It puts a bad taste in my mouth. I got to explain to my kid and other kids, and they get to witness this. Kids are witnessing. How are you, Tom Brady, going to tell your kids your legacy, show all of your rings, and act like that is a great accomplishment, but you have cheating connected to your legacy and to the years that you played in the National Football League? Sports fans, does this just irritate you, or do you just not care? I really want to hear from all sports fans, all teams. Are you booing Tom Brady, or are you cheering Tom Brady, or you just don't care? I still want to hear. Now, you can give me your thoughts and opinions on this or any other topic that you want. Contact me on Twitter, Sports Show Matt. That's Sports Show Matt on Twitter. YouTube, The Sports Show with Matt Frank. That's The Sports Show with Matt Frank. And on Facebook, under the awesome name my parents gave me, Matt Frank. Sports fans, Deflategate. Are we done talking about it? Not by a long shot. We're going to be talking about this. Every media outlet will be talking about this. You better just get used to it, because every time you click on Facebook or any other place, or even the actual games themselves, you're going to hear about Tom Brady, and I'm so excited for the regular season to start. Super Bowl picks. Who do you guys got? I said in previous episodes, a bold pick. Of course, I picked the Seahawks to go to Super Bowl 50 down in Santa Clara, California. And who are they going to face? In my opinion, not that I know anything about sports in general, just a tad, the Indianapolis Colts with Andrew Luck, I believe, is going to be faced off against the Seattle Seahawks, in my opinion. This year, I believe Russell Wilson will get the MVP of the league. What are your guys' thoughts? Am I wrong? You got an argument? Let me hear you, sports fans. I really want to hear your thoughts. Hit me up on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. I love it. Now, don't get too riled up with Deflategate. We have plenty of other teams and awesome athletes out there doing their thing. So try not to get too diluted with Tom Brady. Enjoy your teams. The Seahawks are playing the Raiders tonight. I'm excited. It's the 4th preseason game. That means most starters will play all game. It's basically like a real game. It's as closest to it as we're going to get. And I can't wait to see the defense and the offensive line of Seattle. If they're going to hold up, it's been kind of the talk of the town. They've struggled in the past, and their offensive line is going to be tested tonight. I saw the Raiders' last game, and they did well. I liked it. They seemed very aggressive, and this is going to be a good match to see how they hold up against the Seattle offensive line. That's what I used to play. It's a tough position, and we'll see what happens. And the Raiders themselves are having and are supposed to be doing pretty well. They came off a horrible season last year, but there always seems to be in it. I like Derek Carr, the Oakland Raiders quarterback. I think he's fantastic. Got a new coach, Jack Del Rio, who was with the Broncos. He was also a head coach with Jacksonville 13 seasons ago. 13 seasons ago was the last time the Oakland Raiders made it to the playoffs. Think about that. That's very, very interesting statistic. So Jack Del Rio, it's a new face, a new brand he's trying to build. Amari Cooper, new guy, new rookie, taking over the running back position. Trent Richardson was let go by Oakland, which is kind of confusing, but makes kind of sense. He really hasn't had a consistent career in the NFL. Started his career in Cleveland, didn't do anything. Was traded to Indianapolis, didn't do anything. Went to Oakland and didn't do anything. But his last preseason game, he did okay. He didn't do great. He had one really good run. It seemed really strong. He had a strong effort. And I don't know why he doesn't I don't know why he got cut from the Raiders. That's none of my business necessarily, but as a sports fan, I'm kind of interested. And honestly, I think the Seattle Seahawks could use a guy like Trent Richardson. So, hey, man, come up, be a Hawk. We'll show you how real love goes with Hawk fans on an awesome, true, and honest team. I'm going to knock on wood. Hopefully there's no scandals with the Seahawks, which would blow my mind if, like, Russell Wilson was, maybe on a steroid kick and, did a Tiger Woods route and just freaked out. I don't think that's going to happen. We got a great quarterback. I love Russell Wilson. He goes and hangs out with sick kids. He's an awesome role model. He's an awesome person on and off the field. And Russell Wilson, arguably so. You guys want to argue with me on this one? Russell Wilson, MVP this year, this season. It's going to be fantastic. And I'm not just showboating my team. I have a pretty good argument because they have the best supporting cast in football. You cannot argue about Marshawn Lynch. You want to take any running back, you take the top 3 running backs, and they're all the same. DeMarco Murray, Sean McCoy, and Marshawn Lynch. Top 3 running backs right there. Jamal Charles as well from Kansas City has got to be on the list as well, who claims he is the LeBron James of the NFL. Hey, Charles, whatever floats your boat, whatever fuels your ego. Hey, RG3 really believed in himself. Look what happened to RG3, which brings me to Robert Griffin III, who recently got a concussion, who has past injuries through the Washington Redskins, who basically has been disowned by his whole team, his coach and fans. Everybody is throwing Robert Griffin III under the bus. He is 25 years old. He won Rookie of the Year. He was Heisman winner twice at Baylor. So how does this happen? It's kind of a sad story. He is possibly going to get let go after he is okayed from his concussion issue. And Jay Gruden has already moved on, has got Kirk Cousins as the quarterback, and which is I think is the best fit for the Redskins. But man, RG3, I feel really bad for you. But I'm not sure how many teams are going to jump on RG3 due to the fact that his injuries with his knees, he's just not the same as he was in his rookie year. So I feel bad for you, RG3. I think you're a great player. I like your attitude. But man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to be, the man at one time and then slowly decline. Tiger Woods is a great example of watching this. And as we saw with Michael Jordan, the man, the dude, it just saw this decline. Now, the decline may continue with older players like Peyton Manning, who I am a little surprised came back for one more year. He's got one more shot, and he's got a good chance of doing it. I'm not sure the Broncos got what it takes to go to Super Bowl 50, but we're going to find out. I will bet anybody anything you want that this year is the last year Peyton Manning will play in the National Football League. That's just the way it is. Matthew Hasselbeck, backup quarterback for Indianapolis Colts, longtime Seattle Seahawk. I'm a Hasselbeck fan. He had a up and down career in Seattle, led the Seahawks to their first Super Bowl, which was a whole other different story against the Steelers, which is another day. Hawk fans, if you remember that, you know what I'm talking about. But Matt Hasselbeck, more than likely, will have his last go-around as a quarterback in the National Football League. I enjoy listening to Hasselbeck. He has a weekly spot on the Rich Eisen show, which I'm a huge fan of Rich Eisen, and Hasselbeck goes on there weekly. I'm a huge fan. I have talked to Matthew Hasselbeck on the Rich Eisen show. I have proof of this, folks, so I would not lie to you. And I talked to Hasselbeck a little bit ago and asked him how he feels about the roster last season of the Hawks. I told Matt Hasselbeck that Marshawn Lynch was going to get 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl and become the MVP of the league, which I was close. I was like that close of having that a reality and getting my prediction with the stamp of approval of everybody around me. But it is what it is. And I predicted last year's Super Bowl, not trying to brag or boast. I'm just saying I predicted the last year's Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Seahawks. That is true. I would not lie to you. But, that is what it is. And so who's going to be in the Super Bowl this year? And see, this is how I know that NFL is that big. We haven't even got to the World Series, and here we are talking about Tom Brady and darn deflated footballs. What's going on in the world, folks? Sports fans, it's a fun scandal to go with. It's free entertainment, folks, no matter what side of the field that you on. You a Brady fan? I want to hear you. Are you a Patriots fan? I want to hear you. Are you a non-Patriots fan and a non-Tom Brady fan? I really want to hear your thoughts on this situation. Sports fans, hit me up. Sports Show Matt on Twitter. The Sports Show with Matt Frank on YouTube. Facebook with Matt Frank. Let's do it, folks. Go Hawks. Go Sports. We'll see you next time. Episode 7. I'll actually talk about something else other than Tom Brady. I love it. Fires me up. It's true. Love you guys. Thanks for listening. Hit me up. Peace.